ईश्वरार्पितं न इच्छया कृतं chittashodakam mukti sadakam. In the first two verses, Bhagavan showed us how action binds us to this world and how the results of the action that we perform are impermanent, finite, and not eternal. Then, how do we attain liberation? No one can remain without doing some form of action, isn't it? Our body is designed to do action with senses running outward towards this world. What is then the way out of this cycle of birth and death? Just like a snake's poison can be used as medicine, the same action, if performed as an offering to God without any attachment to the result, it will result in purification of the mind and ultimately lead to liberation. This is called Karma Yoga. But how can we do that? The first step is being intensely aware that we are nothing. Let's pay attention to what is happening within our body. In any way, do we have any control over it? Heart functioning, breathing during deep sleep, digestion happening, and all those complicated processes involved. Do we have any control over how the universe is functioning? There are countless factors that are responsible for our existence: food, air, water, gravity, sunlight. When we meditate on this fact, slowly we become humble and our heart is filled with gratitude. Oh Lord, you have given me so much. Then naturally, our attitude will be, what can we give back to the Lord? Hence, there are two aspects of action, one as a doer and the other as a receiver. As a doer, do the action as an offering to God with complete surrender. This is called Ishvara Arpanam. And as a receiver, receive the results, good or bad, as a gift or prasad from the Lord Himself. This is called Ishvara Prasada Buddhi. Such action, performed without any attachment to the outcome, purifies the mind and makes it favorable for liberation. Our responsibility, therefore, is to simply perform the action based on what is right or wrong, na ichchaya kritam, not based on what we like or dislike, and surrender rest to the will of the Lord.